So since I'm not a fitness influencer, nor am I certified to give any sort of advice, I thought I'd make this video in a way that it can kind of give you a backstory of everything that goes in like the background of losing weight. Despite always believing that I'm pretty, I could never really fully express that until I lost the weight. And while struggling all my life and finally getting where I want to be, I think I have a pretty good insight on how for you guys to get where you want to get. I didn't exactly have a specific goal weight in mind. I mostly just had an opinion on how I wanted to look, and it was so important for me to get that look. Like, it was very important for me to get skinny legs, like to have, you know, like I was always curvy, so I just wanted to be a little bit slimmer, and I kind of wanted to get a lot of the weight off the hip area. It wasn't all the way until COVID that I actually started understanding that I was having very unhealthy habits, and what I needed to do to get where I wanted to be was to give up on those unhealthy habits and develop new, better ones. I just want to say that wanting your ideal body, wanting to be in a better place than where you are right now, it is a commitment, and it requires constant motivation and discipline. Don't let it scare you, because it's achievable. Now, I think one of the most important things that we can all agree on is why we want to be skinny. It's not always for the world or for society or for somebody else. Sometimes it's just because we want to be happier. And I know that I am a lot happier where I am, having the body where I want. Things are just easier for me, not in the world, but on my body, on myself, because to get where I wanted to get, I did develop so many good habits. I incorporated a lot of physical activity. I started eating better. You know, my joints were not hurting, my back stopped hurting, my knees, everything that I was experiencing while I was not doing anything to improve my health obviously played a big role in whether or not I was happy in my life. Another thing that I think, you know, we're all very much focused on is to get that pretty privilege that a lot of skinny people have. Now, I know that people who are skinny are also struggling with their own demons, but I'm just gonna talk to my audience here, which I'm guessing wants to lose weight and wants to get their ideal body, which required them to lose the weight. And has there been improvements in how the way that people treat me, how I am now and how I was before? Absolutely. Before that, I could tell that people would be attracted to me or would think I'm cute or think I'm pretty, but it was there was a certain respect that I lacked. And I don't like the word respect, but it is how I think I felt back then, when I would have men teasing me, but teasing me in a cruel way, but also I knew they were attracted to me. So it was like a double-edged sword. While after I lost the weight, right now, people are hitting on me, but there's also this accompanying of wanting to please me, wanting to be sweeter towards me, which is insane to me, because I am literally the same person, only now I've lost the weight. When it comes to female friendships, I've never had that sort of issue, and made me feel worse about myself. And I think one of the biggest reasons I have never felt this is when I was in high school. I had this friend, and she said something to me that's stuck to me. I told her oh my god, you know, sometimes I feel so bad because all of my friends are so pretty. And she turned to me and she said, well, don't you know pretty girls hang out with pretty girls? And it's just, it kind of, you know, made me feel so much better because I really was not feeling confident at all. And I don't think that I was that pretty or that, you know, attractive in high school. So kind of like to get that association, it was so nice to hear. And all my life, even when I was overweight, none of my friends has ever said, you do need to lose some weight. Like, and that's because I think I really also chose people who were there to see me as a person rather than the body, and they always viewed me as, you know, pretty in my own way. So it was really, really, you know, helpful to me to be surrounded with that kind of people. Sometimes to be happier doesn't mean that you just need, you know, the body. Sometimes you need people in your life that can also view you not just like in your physical form, but also like always be there to support you and understand you and make you shine in your own way. Now, one thing I would say that you have to keep in mind when losing weight is that you have to be constantly motivated. The reason I'm making this video like this is because I want you to, these are key things that you need to understand that will help you actually go to your ideal weight. It's not just, oh, starving yourself and exercising like crazy. There is like so much that goes into it behind it, and I don't know, like I think a lot of creators have covered this content. If you get up in the morning and you feel like you don't want to do something and you're not gonna do it, you should actually push yourself to go and do it. While there is some truth to that, what I've realized is that there's so many other ways that you can motivate yourself, except being like, you know what, I'm gonna do the thing that I hate, but I will get there. I don't think that's a healthy approach to it, because why should you do something that you hate? The reason I made myself enjoy this whole process and actually did not stress myself out while I was losing weight. Yes, I had moments, I'm not gonna lie, but I did not feel that stress on my body as I've had it the years before that, where I was constantly dieting or trying to do something about it, and it was like it's a short-lived spark. Like you cannot sustain it. So when I decided that, oh, I'm gonna lose weight, I had this idea that I was gonna make it as, you know, as aesthetically pleasing as, again, as romanticized as I could possibly make it, so I can kind of enjoy it. So I watched tons of videos of girls that made dieting fun. It's like that made, you know, getting up, you know, having a protein shake, and doing a 10K walk in a pretty sunrise moment or a pretty sunset moment, or like doing a cute little meal and like taking pictures of it. Like I tried to enjoy it as much as I could. I imagined millions of times of how I was gonna make this video, how I lost the weight, and I was gonna need all these pictures that obviously I'm gonna put in the video. And it motivated me every time that I felt like, you know, oh my god, like I'm never gonna get there, this is really difficult, or I don't want to do this, or damn it, I overate yesterday. Every time I would get to that, I would just like play another video. Like I am the type of person that, you know, maybe you're as well, I get inspired and kind of motivated by what I see. So like if I see a TV show where they're eating really good food, now all I'm thinking about is good food. Like I could see a drawing of a person eating an egg, and now I'm craving an egg. So it's for me, it was kind of like that. So I tried to watch as many videos as possible of like people just having the time of their life, eating healthy and exercising and doing all of these things. Sorry, the lighting is killing me. Like it's so bad, but okay. And another thing you should take into consideration is that you need time. Time is gonna pass anyways. So rather than stressing about it, how long it will take you, I would say just start doing stuff. You can see results as fast as 3 weeks, and then 2 months, and then 6 months, and then a year. So like, for example, like for me, it's been a few years now, and in this like two years that I think was like the main 2 years that I was losing weight, because I lost over 20 kilos, maybe even more, and like my body drastically changed. It's because I lost the weight, you know, like a little by little, that I didn't have a lot of loose skin, except maybe in my arms. Like I have like these little things here, but rather than that, like I did not have that much of loose skin, and I didn't put myself through a regime where I would not, you know, like I would drive myself insane. I did a little bit of a research that I was gonna suggest you do a little bit of a research. So you find the things that motivate you, and you make a mental plan that you're gonna do this every time you're not motivated. So for example, like I would have three weeks of the month where I would do everything properly, and then 1 week before I get my period in the luteal phase, and I would feel it because I would want to eat more food. I would want to lounge around and like not do anything. I wouldn't want to exercise. I felt bloated, disgusting, icky. I still do some days, and on that week I don't want to do anything, and I would not force myself. And at the start I did it subconsciously, where I would just stop doing things in that week. I couldn't control myself and it would drive me insane. But what I did was I would reel back in the moment I get my period, the moment that moment passes and I feel better about myself, I would reel myself back in. I would start doing those things again. And I think that's important for you to understand, that like you have to have a backup motivator, that once that period is over, once your bad, day, week is over, you can go back to your routine. Yes, I exercise, and I will, post videos, and I will give you a little bit of an insight of the videos that I did. I did a lot of home exercises. Then I went to the gym at one point, but the gym was not sustainable for me because I don't like exercising alone in a gym. Like I just couldn't get myself to go there. It was a very short-lived moment, and now I'm doing Pilates and Pilates. Sorry, the accent. But what I want to, point out is that things will change over time. Things are constantly going to change. You're going to develop new habits, better habits, more interesting hobbies, and you're going to get even better at feeding yourself. You're going to understand how your body works, even when your fridge is empty and you don't have anything prepared beforehand, and your meal feels, it's really bad. Instead of going to buy something that you like, it's a dough, or maybe it's something, it's like very sweet or it's not good for you at the moment, like you can find something that is still in your house that you can cook, that can be lower in calories or be some sort of nutrition towards your body, and you can still make it work. So I will add every idea that I had, everything that I took pictures of, what works for me. Maybe you can draw inspiration from it. I also did this with a lot of other YouTubers, and it helped. It did help. I did, go see some of the YouTubers they recommended. I did eat some of the foods that they recommended, and all of that had a plus in my to lose weight journey. One thing that I understood when I was watching these YouTubers is that, and I love that they pointed it out, is there are going to be setbacks. And by setback, I mean you're gonna lose weight. Let's say you're gonna lose 5 kilos, and then you're gonna get 3 of them back. And then you're gonna lose 5 kilos again, and then you're gonna get 2 of them back. And it's gonna be a constant back and forth. It's not a linear line. You're gonna jump back into the weight. And this happened to me. Like I would fluctuate all the time. Like I would lose weight, and then I would go back a little bit up, and then I would lose weight, and I would go back a little bit up. And this was like a constant process. What I did, I tried my best to avoid the scale. I did my best to avoid feeling bad about myself when this happened. I just kept my eyes on the prize always. I was like, this is what I want to do. I'm gonna keep doing my things. I'm gonna go keep eating my food. I'm gonna keep exercising. I'm gonna keep doing all this stuff. And I'm just gonna keep myself motivated. I'm not gonna let this bother me. Yes, there were times that it did bother me, but it wasn't enough for me to stop. It wasn't enough for it to discourage me. And I knew this beforehand, which helped a lot. Like I knew when I fluctuated back, and I was like, what happened? What did I do wrong? I did everything right. Like I followed the routine. I did all of this. Why am I getting weight back? And I remembered that like a lot of them said, oh, like you might get some of like the weight back, so don't panic, just keep your eyes on the prize. And it did happen. Like I did end up losing that weight as well. I would just go lower and lower and lower. Next tip on the list is doing notebook challenges. The reason I call them little notebook challenges is because I would set myself up for a little bit of a challenge, and every time like I would get a little bit lazy about my diet or a little bit lazy about the exercise, and I don't feel like doing this, because have in mind like you're gonna be doing this over a period of time, so a lot of things are gonna change. So many other variables are gonna play a part in this. So having that in mind, every time I feel like I'm like not doing anything for 2 or 3 weeks a month, I'd be like, I need to get back on track. So what I would do is like a 2-week challenge. For 2 weeks, I'm gonna be waking up at that hour of the day. I'm gonna be eating this type of food, and I'm gonna be, exercising that type of exercises. and it would last for 2 weeks, and in 2 weeks I would see if it's working or not. And I recently did like a 5-week challenge in which, you know, it was at the beginning of summer, and I'm doing it again right now. So beginning of summer, I felt, you know, like I wasn't really my best self, and I had to quit my Pilates classes for the moment because, you know, like summer, and I knew I was not going to be able to attend, and I was like, I'm going to exercise at home, I'm going to be doing all of that, but I was lagging a little bit on that department. So I was like, no, I'm going to do a 5-week challenge where I'm going to be eating, you know, this amount of food. I'm going to like lower my portions, and this varies. Like sometimes I you know, I have in mind, if I'm eating something good for me that I know will not harm me, I will eat a lot of it. Other times I'm like, oh, I want to eat pasta and this, but I'm just going to have a small portions. So, you know, I kind of like, sometimes I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna have small portions for the whole week. So having these little challenges in mind helped because it kept things interesting for me. I always felt like I was doing something new, motivating me enough to keep going. At the end of the 5 weeks, you know, I would try to push to do it throughout a whole. You can start with like a small challenge, so you can like see it through to the end. So like maybe a 1-week challenge, 2-week challenge. You don't have to, you know, go all the way in. You don't have to obsess over it. You do whatever feels right to you. One of the things that really worked for me was intermediate fasting. I recommended it to my friend. My friend had an issue with it. She had, you know, like her hair was falling out, and she had like some issues with it. Like she couldn't really handle the hunger pains. For me, I had no problem at all. Like I started from like a 12-hour eating window to 8-hour eating window to 4 to 6 and then 4-hour eating window. Like I done it all. And sometimes I would have like 1 meal per day, and I would do like a 24-hour fast. I tried all of that. It worked for me. I mostly stick to the 8-hour eating plan or eating window, or the 6-hour eating window. Those are the most comfortable for me. 4 is a little bit too much. I really have to be in the mood for it. Aside from that, Pilates is a type of exercise that I really enjoy. I did watch a lot of YouTubers did challenges. Like I started off with Chloe thing during the pandemic. Those little like 2 weeks of exercising with a lot of cardio work, but then I don't really like cardio, but I got used to cardio. And once I got used to cardio, I realized that I could really tackle anything. So I started doing other videos. So I would just go back and forth with a lot of these like home videos, which do help. You do lose weight from them. Like even though like in say 5-minute video, like if you add 5 minutes, like let's say you do 50 minutes of exercise every day, which is so little, and then like let's say 10 minutes like with, if you do a little bit of breaks between them, it's like gonna be like half an hour of your day. So like what's that? All of that kind of helps, you know, lose weight, even though you think it doesn't play anything in the like short term. You know, long term it plays a lot of it plays a big part, and it changes a lot of things. For food, I cook a lot of the stuff at my house. Like I don't like eating out that much because I feel like it tempts me. If I do have to eat out, you know, I try to plan my eating schedule around it. So if I know I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna have something, I would probably restrain myself in the morning. Or if I know that I'm gonna have, if I've had a really day where I've eaten a lot of stuff, I'm not gonna force myself to starve the next day. That is the biggest mistake you can do. I'm just gonna have an easier day. That's how I would phrase it. I would have an easier day. So I wouldn't be like, no, you know what, because I ate that thing for dinner last night, I'm gonna skip breakfast. Absolutely not. Don't do that. That is a short trip to ED, so do not do it. I've had my fair share of struggles with it, so I get where people are coming from, and I'm here to tell you it is possible. You can lose the weight. It's insane how you'll feel once you reach it. It will feel like it's such a small moment. There is not like, aha, I lost all the weight now. No, it's not like that. You're just gonna start feeling it little by little. Like the first month you're gonna feel a difference. The second month you're gonna see the difference. You're gonna be like, okay, I can definitely tell I'm losing weight. And then like with a little bit of a time, it will just be so natural to you. Like your eyes will get used to seeing you lose weight little by little. It's gonna be like when after people tell you like, oh my god, or you're gonna be able to fit into clothes you couldn't fit in before. You're gonna be able to wear shorter skirts, or you're gonna be able to wear crop tops. Like you will notice in that sort of way, rather than waking up one morning and be like, yes, today I lost all the weight, you know? So you can kind of see my before and afters, that I actually did have a significant weight loss, and that like my clothes just look better on me. And I like from one point, like I was still cute in some of these videos, but you know, I kept getting cuter and cuter. And I try, you know, like to keep that in mind, that it's not about, you know, like making yourself into a whole different person, but like making yourself into the best version of yourself that you can possibly be. I really hope that this video kind of helped. It's different from the usual content I put, but I said I was going to be open to a little bit more of a different content. And I want to be as authentic as I could possibly be on this platform. So that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please give it a like, subscribe if you want to know more about writing. Go to my channel, you can check out other videos, and if you want to like get to know me, you can also see other videos about it. And yeah, see you in the next one. Bye.